You have the Giants on the tip of your tongue because wasn't the Giants the team that eliminated you guys in the playoffs last year?
That would be correct.
I'm a Giants fan, and I didn't even go there.
That's all right. One of these days when you make it to the playoffs, the Jets make it to the playoffs, you'll see.
Oh, he's throwing some curveballs at me.
Well, of course, he has to take shots at them more now that they have Aaron Rodgers.
I'm just glad he's out of the division. Well, then again, though, he might be with us next year because that's what happened with Favre. We know what happens when Green Bay quarterbacks go to play for the Jets. Hopefully you've taken away his cell phone camera and everything else.
So you think that Aaron Rodgers is going to be taking pictures of his ding-dong and sending it out to all the women?
Don't worry, Zach Wilson might take his cell phone camera and do that.
That's
instead.
true.
It didn't go so well for the last time a quarterback from Green Bay went to New York.
You know what the Jets need to do? They have to reach out to Zach. Zach take a picture of his ding-dong and claims it's Aaron Rodgers.
Just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they're not out to get you. So watch out, Aaron.
You hear Eli Manning came out and he warns Aaron Rodgers about the New York media. He says it's a honeymoon stage right now. Wait until you start to lose.
That thing flips really quickly.
The Jets start 1-3. Trade him now.
Thinking about the Jets, I saw an article about plus or minus on days of rest, right? Like the 49ers face more teams where the 49ers get less rest than the team they're playing against. It's like 23 days total. It's the biggest discrepancy in the schedule that they've ever seen. And I'm trying to think if the Jets were on the plus side of that.
They're
Probably
never.
not with all the primetime games.
The Jets are never on the plus side. They're always on the negative.
If Rodgers brings the referees that he had in Green Bay with him, you're going to get a lot of calls. You're going to get one call a drive that'll move the chains so you can put points on the board.
It'll cancel out with the rest that Bill Belichick still has with the Patriots.
Ouch. Pete is just taking shots at the New York Jets.
I'm not taking shots at the Jets. I'm taking shots at Aaron Rodgers, who when he played with the Packers, because we saw him every year for 15 years.
He didn't want to be there. He hasn't had any thought or any admission over the last couple of years from that organization that he was going to be safe. And now all of a sudden he goes to the darkness and he was about 90% sure he was going to retire. He comes out of the darkness and he says, you know what? I want to be a Jet.
So he just enters another darkness.
I don't know if that's what ayahuasca does to you or what, but maybe he and our guy Dalvin were hanging out.
Well, Dalvin just had a kid. He just wanted the $8.6 million. Well-deserved. Speaking of Dalvin Cook, this running back story that is just growing legs, all these running backs, these guys that have been taking beatings, we understand that the average running back only plays 3.5 years in the NFL, but there are a lot of good ones, and they are up for contracts, and nobody wants to sign them, nobody wants to extend them, and now they want to be traded.
I think what you're seeing now is the final culmination of all the rule changes and everything else that have been made from the passing game standpoint to make throwing the football a lot easier. The gloves make it a lot easier. Short pass is almost like a long handoff now. And you see teams like Kansas City, they win the Super Bowl with the 7th-round draft pick at running back, and people think, oh, well, we can do that. It's like, not really. You don't have Patrick Mahomes. Most teams have a quarterback that needs the serious threat of a run to open up the passing game. I think it's team by team. If you've got a quarterback that can scramble and extend plays, number one, you're going to get the pass rush to change. And that was one of the big things with Aaron Rodgers, is Rodgers didn't scramble to move the chains. He scrambled to extend the play. And when he and the receivers were on the same page, he would burn you deep. You let him out of the pocket, you hold your breath because he's going to heave it down the field and he's going to make you pay. That made the defensive linemen get less edgy. They got more controlled pass rush. They want to keep him in the pocket. So Aaron Rodgers, because of his abilities, already took away from the defense's ability to pass rush. It's not like they've had the best offensive line in the league for the last 10 years in Green Bay. It's the Aaron Rodgers effect, and it's the same thing I think with Mahomes too. Now, you look at the complete opposite is Kirk Cousins. We know he's going to be in the pocket. We know where he is going to be when they throw the football. So we can play two-man against him because he's not going to pull it down and scramble him. So that's going to help us on the coverage side. And then we can run three-man stunts. We can run stunts all day long because we know where he's going to be. You can't be that reckless and gamble that much when you have a quarterback that can move. My point, if you have a quarterback that can move, then maybe you can get by without a good running back. But if you have a pocket passer, you have to have that running game. And unfortunately, it seems like, yeah, the running back position has been devalued a little bit. But you know this game. It ebbs and flows. Somebody's going to lose a couple of receivers and then just say, you know what, we have to run the ball, just run the football, play good defense, and they're going to go far. It's unfortunate because I think Dalvin Cook is one of my favorite Vikings that I've seen. Adrian Peterson obviously is up there.
Now he could be one of your favorite Jets.
But I'm a Dalvin Cook fan. Doesn't make me a Jets fan.
Well, you could just rank the Jets players. Number 1 is Dalvin Cook, from number 53 to Aaron Rodgers.
And first of all, Pete, we all understand how you feel about the New York Jets because I remember last year when the Jets were heading over there to Minnesota, you were very sure that the Minnesota Vikings were going to pulverize them.